Hello friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to be collecting goldenrod, and I grow it for medicinal purposes. It is a fall bloomer. It's a perennial and I absolutely love it. I have it in multiple areas in my garden and it always makes a bright, colorful display during the fall months, but now is the time that I need to be collecting it for my tinctures and skincare. So how to recognize this plant. So you'll notice that the flowers are bright yellow and they resemble small sunflowers. The leaves are sword shaped and smooth in texture with just a small amount of jagged or sawtooth edge on it. I'm going to be using both the leaves and the flowers. So if you like to have a fall garden, this is a plant that you definitely want in your garden. It attracts so many different kinds of bees in the fall months that everything you have is going to be pollinated. So I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can actually see how many bees are on this plant. So this is Yarrow and I'm going to be collecting it today as well. I want to get it before any frost does because I won't be able to access it until next summer. It is a perennial and it's kind of viewed as invasive in parts of North America because it is so easily spread. It grows so rapidly, and I have it growing in multiple areas in my yard on purpose, and each year the plants get bigger, but it is something that you can find in the wild, so maybe in the woods or along a trail. A lot of people mistake it for ragweed, and a lot of people are allergic to ragweed. Nobody's allergic to goldenrod. It's not an allergen producer. So a lot of the medicinal uses for goldenrod is, number one, you have a lot of UTIs or bladder issues at all. It's a diuretic, number one, but it also helps your liver. It helps candida yeast in your body. It helps inflammation and sore throats. You can gargle it, you can take it in tea, and you can make a pack with it for external uses, for cuts or burns or bug bites. So you can use this as an astringent on your face. You can make a mask out of it. Like I said, sore throats, upper respiratory issues. It's just an all-around good medicine to have on hand. So I would put this right up there with my all-natural antibiotic. It is definitely something that is very useful that you will find yourself reaching for multiple times. Mostly what I want to do with this is create a tincture, and that is for sore throats, UTIs, and just intestinal issues. And you can even use it as like a mouthwash if you have sores in your mouth or cold sores. This is a good remedy. I'm going to use the flowers and the leaves, and separately I will use the yarrow. I wanted to go ahead and get that today because we haven't had a frost yet, but as soon as the first frost comes, all of my yarrow will be gone. It's most often confused with Queen Anne's lace, but they are two very separate plants. You want to make sure that you're getting yarrow And the leaves are a dead giveaway. These are very feathery and soft and small. And the flower itself is very similar to Queen Anne's lace, but it is a little bit different as well. But I'm going to be using the greens, and that's for cuts or burns or bug bites. But you know, as I said, you can use it for other skin issues, but mostly today I wanted to share with you the goldenrod. Go ahead and cut it up and let it sit and dry like that. You can hang it upside down to dry. You can use it fresh as well. That's up to you. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it and let it sit. Give it a little mix every couple days until it's dry, and then I will mix in my other ingredients and it'll be good to go. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to loosely cut this into this colander, and I'm not worried about the small stems. Those are okay, but the bigger stems, I'm not going to use those. I'll just pull the leaves and the flowers off of those and put everything in my colander. I'll give it a little stir every couple days and wait for it to dry. Okay friends, here we are a couple days later. I believe it's been 4 days. My goldenrod is nice and dry, and I'm gonna separate it out into 3 different jars because I have 3 different uses for it. And also my yarrow is nice and dry, so I will be using some of that as well. Okay, like I said, I'm going to fill up 3 of these jars, and the 2 bigger jars, I'm going to fill up about halfway loosely. I don't want to pack it in there, but just loosely about halfway filled, and the smaller jar about the same. And in the smaller jar, I'm going to go ahead and add some raspberry and blackberry leaves for teas, and that's what the smaller jar is for. It's for teas. So I might add some dehydrated raspberries or blackberries to it too, just for flavor, maybe a dehydrated orange slice or something when I make a tea. So mint goes really well in this as well, so you know, add what you like. In one of the jars, I'm going to go ahead and add the yarrow. So these 2 things together make a really good skincare pack for cuts, for slowing down bleeding, and for bug bites, for burns, for even making salves for like inflammation issues and such. So this last jar, I'm going to go ahead and add some vodka. So you want it to be 40 to 50% alcohol. The other 50% would be water in a bottle of vodka. And you want to make sure that it has some water in it as well. You don't want anything with an extremely high alcohol content. And the reason being is because the alcohol is going to pull out different nutrients from the plant than the water is, and you want both. So make sure that it's at least 50-50, and make sure and label your jars with the date. You want to know what's in it and when you put it in there. They're going to last for about a year. The tincture would probably last a little bit longer, but it's a good idea to have the date on there. You're probably going to use it before it's up. So I hope this video has inspired you to learn what you might have in your own backyard or out in nature that could be useful in future situations. It might not be right away, and it might not be ever, but knowing what is edible and what is medicinal in your own backyard is just a wise decision. You never know when you might need that skill. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure and give this video a thumbs up, and make sure and subscribe. Share the video with someone you love. And as always, I hope you're having a great day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.